Fuck! Fucking hell! Jesus!
It began quietly over the Arafura Sea. By 19 November 2025, a powerful tropical system had developed into Tropical Cyclone Fina, moving steadily toward Australia's northern territory. What followed was a nature disaster unlike many early in the season, marked by extreme weather, damaging wind gusts, and record rainfall across the top end. Authorities and weather agencies warned of potential flooding, with the storm bringing both a cyclone threat and a serious risk of flash flooding. This was not just a storm, it was breaking news across northern Australia. Cyclone Fina formed in the Arafura Sea on the 19th of November, according to the Bureau of Meteorology. Meteorologists describe this as an unusually early severe cyclone, the earliest Category 3 storm in the region in over 2 decades. As Fina approached, sustained winds reached 150 kilometers per hour, with powerful gusts estimated up to 205 kilometers per hour, according to satellite and radar data. The system tracked slowly southwest, steering toward the Tiwi Islands and then skirting close to Darwin. In preparation for the cyclone's impact, government agencies issued widespread warnings. The Northern Territory Emergency Service urged residents to activate emergency plans, prepare their kits, and monitor updates from the Bureau of Meteorology.
Getting a bit wild and woolly now.
Oh my gosh.
Schools on the Tiwi Islands, including Milikapiti, Warrawee, and Pirlangimpi, were closed. Ferry services between Darwin and the islands were suspended, and Charles Darwin University paused classes at its Darwin campuses. Local governments declared the region under a formal cyclone warning, noting the risk of destructive winds, coastal storm surge, and heavy rain. As Fina drew near, it intensified to a Category 3 severe tropical cyclone, according to the Bureau of Meteorology. Forecasters warned that while the cyclone might not make a direct landfall on Darwin, its core would pass very close, potentially exposing the city to its most dangerous winds.
There she goes.
Satellite imagery showed a compact but powerful system with deep convection. Experts noted that despite its small size, Fina's circulation was tightly organized, raising concerns over localized but severe impacts. The human impact began to emerge. Around 19,000 to 19,500 people lost power across Darwin and the surrounding region, as gusty winds swept power lines and damaged infrastructure. Local emergency services recorded more than 500 calls for assistance from residents affected by the storm. Despite the severity of the winds, no injuries were reported, according to officials. Darwin International Airport temporarily halted operations as a precaution, resuming only when conditions allowed.
Oh, that was a nice gust. This could be yet another.
Rainfall across the region reached astonishing levels. In the 24 hours leading up to 23 November, weather stations recorded 430 millimeters of rain at Middle Point. Gun Point registered 283.6 millimeters in the same period, confirming a significant deluge. The heavy downpour raised flooding fears. Authorities sounded flash flood warnings for coastal and inland zones, particularly around the Tiwi Islands and Darwin. Roads were submerged in parts, and storm surge posed a risk to low-lying areas. Infrastructure damage was widespread. Trees were knocked down, power lines fell, and property damage was reported across several neighborhoods. The roof of Royal Darwin Hospital suffered minor structural damage, though the facility remained operational. Emergency shelters were opened in advance, and local authorities coordinated with the Australian Defence Force and utility providers to respond quickly. Meanwhile, residents were urged not to approach fallen power lines as crews worked to restore electricity safely.
Hey guys, I'm not going to talk too much. The wind is howling.
From a meteorological standpoint, experts noted that Fina's early season formation was highly unusual. November cyclones in northern Australia are not rare, but for one to reach Category 3 so early is significant.
Holy shit!
In the storm's wake, the challenges remained. Floodwaters lingered in affected communities, and power restoration became a top priority. Downed trees and debris blocked roads, slowing relief and utility repairs. Yet amid the disruption, there were signs of resilience. Local residents banded together, helping secure homes and sharing resources. Emergency services praised the community's preparation and readiness. Officials said the response had likely prevented worse outcomes. Meteorologists pledged a full post-storm analysis. Data collected from Fina's track, wind field, and rainfall will be used to improve future forecasts and early warning systems, especially for early season cyclones.
Now, it's getting quite hairy out here now.
As Cyclone Fina moved away, the Northern Territory began the long process of recovery. Cleanup crews mobilized, and electricity was steadily restored. Authorities continued to monitor weather conditions, cautioning residents about residual flooding and unstable infrastructure.